All right, we're still rolling in Las Vegas here. Yes, Ron Stone Jr., Cameron Ward, Washington State. A couple of Media Day veterans. You guys were here last year, so this is old hat. You better knock this out of the park. Last year, I remember, RJ, you were trying to get a bunch of people to say go Cougs. You almost got Lincoln Riley to say it. Have you had any success this year? You know, I decided to pull back a little bit, kind of lull everyone to sleep. About lunchtime, the camera's going to come out, and they're not going to be ready for it. And when they say go Cougs, they're going to say it back. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Cam, it's great to see you, and I know everyone is excited to have you back. You had a terrific season last year. We were talking about Ben Arbuckle, your new offensive coordinator, and what he's meant to you. So how are you feeling coming into this season, year 2 on the Palouse? I feel great. Coach Arbuckle getting here, we see eye to eye. First thing that, we implemented was just what I need to work on. As a leader, as a quarterback, I've changed tremendously since last season, and that's special thanks to him, special thanks to Coach Dickert and my teammates. Those guys push me each and every day, and I'm just excited to go see what we do starting September 2nd.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions. If you have a question for either of the student athletes, please raise your hand. We'll bring you over a mic. Please state your name and affiliation. We can start up here in the front, on the left.
Thanks. Kenneth Berry, Touchdowns and Chances Network. Cam, after that game, the LA Bowl, what did you mentally take away from that? And losing a guy like Robert Farrell, and especially in the slot, how have you kind of approached this offseason?
I took a lot away from it. Losing one of my lifelong friends, Rob, he came to Washington State with me. It was a blessing, to play one of his last college games with him in a stadium like that. But it got me prepared for the offseason, let me know what I need to work on, how and when I need to work on it. So, everything happens for a reason. We were put in that situation for a reason, and everyone's going to grow from it.
Cougs versus everybody has been the mantra. We've seen it all over social media. Ron, where does that come from? You've been around this team for a long time now, and how has that embedded into the potential DNA of this team?
Yeah, it's been around since just about as long as I've been there, and it's really just an identity that we want to keep going because, we feel like nobody wants the Cougs to win, and we're all we got and we're all we need. So it's like, as long as we have each other and we can rely on ourselves, we're going to be facing so many different obstacles, but it's us versus the world, basically.
How has that landed in your eyes on some of the newcomers that have come in, like you a year ago, dropping into this culture?
It's been great. From the transfers, we added a receiver from Josh Kelly, Kyle Williams, DT Sheffield. They've been great. I feel like Lincoln Victor, our returner, he has emphasized that a lot to that receiver room. And then on defensive side, Ahmad McCullough, Devin Richardson, transfers linebackers, they're going to be immediate impact players for us. They embrace the culture. I'm excited to see what those guys can do, and I know they're going to put Cougar Country on the map for sure.
Next question is in the back left here with Troy.
Hey, Cam, Troy Clarity, the TreeCast podcast. Pac-12, obviously a quarterbacks league, certainly is once again this year the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, a Pac-12 quarterback. Where do you believe that you stack up in the mix of Pac-12 quarterbacks for this year?
I believe I'm at the top 2. I'm a great competitor. I'm a great teammate. I feel like I have all the intangibles to be a great quarterback at this level and next level. I feel like we all have different things that separate us. Caleb Williams and Cam Rising, they're obviously at the top of the Pac-12. Cam Rising, a 2-time Pac-12 championship, so he's at the top until someone dethrones him. So they are the standard right now. So, I'm trying to get to that level, and, you just take it one day at a time, one game at a time.
On the far right.
Kevin Turner, Sun Devil Radio Network. This question for Ron Stone, your former defensive coordinator. Brian Ward, now down in Tempe at Arizona State. I got to believe you've got maybe that Week 8 game down in Tempe circled on the calendar to show the old ball coach what you can do. Thoughts on playing against your old coach?
Yeah, it's always exciting to play against people you know. It makes the game a little bit more fun when you know the people involved in it. But personally, that's just another game on the schedule, and I'm not really looking forward to that one until we get to it.
Right behind him.
How you guys doing? Anthony Morrow, New Stitch Media. This question is for both of you guys. If you guys can talk about your style of leadership and how do you feel like it's resonating with your teammates?
I'm not the big rah-rah type of leader. I feel like I just take situations and address them as a team. I feel like I am the team respects me. I respect the team in a certain way. But I feel like every leader has to be different. We have different types of leader on our team, and each one does a different job.
Yeah, personally, I'm a really vocal and outgoing guy, and that's my style of leadership. I also try to lead by example, but someone's got to vocalize what we need to get done, and I'm that guy for the most part. And it's been an honor and a privilege to earn the respect of all my teammates, and for whenever I say something, the guys in the room listen. So super privileged for that opportunity.
We were talking about how good the quarterbacks are in the league this year, and you right at the top of that list. From your perspective, as a guy who makes quarterbacks' lives a living hell, that's your goal. What is it like to be able to play defense in your position in a conference when you look around that there are just unbelievable quarterbacks? They all do different things.
It's exciting. I mean, it's something you look forward to know there's this much talent in the conference, and you get to play a bunch of these guys. It's all you could look forward to. You always want to play your best against someone else's best to see who's really got it. So that's something you definitely look forward to, and you game plan a lot harder for, with some of these explosive guys that you have in conference.
Ron, I want to talk to you a little bit. We were together this offseason. You were hosting and co-hosting a lot of the events with the alumni, and you were going around and meeting them, talking to them. What did you learn about this community in Pullman and alums that maybe you had no idea about, even though you were at the school for 4 years?
Yeah, it's just what I've really taken away is just how much Cougs want to give back to other Cougs. How much we embrace. Even because Cougs versus everyone is it for everything. It's for anyone that's a Coug. It's not just for athletics. And it's us really finding a way to cling together to really push ourselves towards the top. I really enjoyed the opportunity to go to some of those alumni events and meet all the people, shake hands, tell my story, hear their story. And those are connections that hopefully are going to benefit me and hopefully going to benefit them in the future.
Cam, Coach Dickert has talked to us about how you are the biggest decision maker in the program as the quarterback. He says, I manage the game, but you decide the game. So when you look at the things that you're trying to improve upon, and again, another thing I talked to Coach Arbuckle on is he said, you look at our offense and everybody looks at that stat, 46 sacks from a year ago, but you guys watched the cut-ups and learned a lot. So what have you kind of learned from him about the way you played last year and the way that you want to come out and play this year?
It's true. Before every game, Coach Dickert tells me there's the two biggest decision makers are me and him. As you look at the tape, 46 sacks, a lot of it says, the O-line, that's what everyone thinks, but probably half of them were on me, whether it's bad pocket movement or just not getting the ball out. So that was another thing that I wanted to work on, was just beating the ball with blitz when teams would pressure us, which was my fault last year. So, every team has their say-sos, what the media says, but, in the locker room, I know what the situation was myself. So, I take ownership of that, and I plan on doing a better job this season.
Cam, a couple years ago, you're at a small school in Texas that not a lot of people knew about you then. This past summer, you're at the Manning Passing Academy. Mm-hmm. What was that experience like for you? Any stories that came out of it from whether it's college quarterbacks that you know or got to know, or the Manning family?
It was a great experience. Thank you to Peyton, Eli, and the whole Manning family. I was able to talk with Cooper. He's for sure the funniest one out of the group. Archie, he's my guy. He loves my family, all that. But I'll probably just say the biggest thing that I took out of that camp was just the connection that I'll have with them lifelong. We were able to talk football. Eli taught me one of the most important things was that you always got to be prepared for chaos, no matter game time, life. So, that experience was a great experience. I'm grateful for the opportunity, the brotherhood that they have. And I was also able to meet some good guys. I was able to meet Quinn Ewers, Texas quarterback, get able to meet Mike Penix from Washington there. So, it was a great group of quarterbacks, about 30, 40 of us, and we had a great experience.
We talk about quarterback position. You mentioned O-line, you mentioned the receivers, but I think you guys have one of the most underrated 1-2 punches at running back in Nakia Watson and Jalen Jenkins. Talk about what those guys bring to the program, what you've kind of seen from them heading into this season.
Nakia is a great running back. From him, Jalen Jenkins, Nakia is more of a power runner. He can make plays in the pass games, which I love. He's great with the check downs. One thing about Nakia that separates him from everyone in the country is that he's not a selfish player. Nakia, the biggest thing that he grew upon since last season, his pass protection. If you look at the spring tape, just the transition that he's made from going to one read to the next read is tremendous. Jalen Jenkins being our scat back, he's a good third down back, great pass catcher out of the backfield. He's gotten way better at pass protection. So those two guys, they're going to get majority of the loads during the season, and I know they're ready for a great season too.
We are ready to watch you guys have a great season. After you were our player analyst last year in Vegas, we said, well, can you come back and do this next year? And you said, no, because I'm going to be playing in this game, so I'll come talk to you afterwards. So hope I see you in Vegas either way. It's great to spend some time with you guys. Good luck this season, and we'll be watching. And I'm going to say it, go Cougs. I'll be the first one. Go Cougs. Second, number 2, go Cougs.
Get it on that poster.
On that poster. Shout out Dallas Hobbs. Thank you, gentlemen.
Appreciate
Good luck
it.
this season.